All right, welcome everybody. My name is Peter Del Tondo and I am your host today for the Daily Creative Challenge here in XD. Let me restart my stream over here on the side and make sure I get chat going so I can chat with everybody. There we go. We've got Gus, Jack, Tim. Nice to see you all. Thanks so much for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about some really cool stuff utilizing repeat grids here in Adobe XD. So if you have not yet, make sure you guys join the Discord channel up above. That's going to be where you're going to go to share your designs, show us what you're working on, and get feedback on everything. I'll be doing some feedback here on the stream, as well as some feedback videos, and other folks are going to be either doing videos or sending in some feedback in chat for you guys based on this. So what you'll want to do is when you come over here to Discord, you're going to go over to the feedback section, current challenge, and you are here going to post the link to your Adobe XD file. I'll show you guys how to share that link out today, or upload your project to Behance and share that with us there. So really, really important that you do that. Share early, show often. And I want to give a shout out, one of the community members, Wakar. I've seen your work on the last challenge that I did. It was all fantastic. You've been jumping in and giving people some great feedback here in the community Discord this week. So thank you. It's really, really appreciated and important. So let's jump in here too. As Tim just posted that link, make sure that you all register for the challenge. You can do that by clicking behance.net/challenge/XD and come over here. You can join the Discord, and each day you can come and grab the challenge starter file and watch the video live or watch the replay and get up to speed. And all these challenges, these are going to be something that we're hoping you guys can complete in about 30 minutes to maybe 90 minutes, depending on your skill level and experience and how much time you want to dedicate. But we're hoping these help you level up, learn some new things, and help you build out a really robust case study. So one of the things that we're emphasizing this week is to tailor all of these exercises to your own hobbies and interests. So if there's things that you guys are really passionate about, we want you to incorporate that into your designs. So you guys will see that. Hopefully I can do a little bit today here. So let's jump into the starter file. And today we're going to be creating a mood board application to present your ideas to a new project or for a new project direction to a client. So this could range from anything: interior design, graphic design, photography, video. Kind of just set and establish a mood and a style that you'd like to move forward on a project. And the idea here is we're going to create some categories, things where we can allow the client to see all of the ideas that we have, and then kind of like or dislike items as they go and go through this, and then submit it to you. So that way you have an idea based on what you brought to the table as well as what the client likes. So it's really, really cool to be able to do that through product design. So we'll jump in there. Whoops. And let's jump down to our inspiration. I always like to take a look at this. This is going to be really the direction that we're going to go down today. We're going to create a repeat grid of kind of a Mason grid, where we can go and create a wide variety of different image types and sizes and formats, and just easily drop stuff in. But I wanted to come in and take a look at things. I really like either light or dark UIs when it comes to showcasing items. Today I'm going to use a dark UI just to be different. But coming in here, I love that this one has like some call outs to big things, maybe for like showcasing projects as a whole. Today we're going to focus on just the project that we're sending to a client rather than like a big gallery. But we take some inspiration from things like Pinterest. They do a great job with this as well. So there's a lot of cool stuff that's going on. This is actually an old project that I got to work on at a past agency for a product called Moodily, and we did a ton of cool stuff with mood boards, and it was really fun. So let's jump into our artboard over here. So I've set up just my iPhone template. I've given this kind of a fictitious name called Mood. And what I want to do is I want to set up some styles that I can repeat, because otherwise what I have to do is I'd have to create a square, and then I'm going to come in, I'm going to duplicate this, and then I start duplicating and duplicate again and again. And you guys see as I do this, my spacings, my alignments, etc. aren't really consistent. So what I can do here is we're going to show a couple of cool features. So let's just say I want this a little tighter. I'm going to bring it to 16. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring this over. And what's neat on this right-hand side is you can actually use math functions. So right there I did the total. I knew I needed to bring it in 16 pixels from the side. So I say minus 16. And then from here, I'm going to do divide by 2. It's going to give me a little bit of an off number, so that's okay. I'm just going to round it down. And then from there, I'm going to do minus 8. And that is going to give me the ratio that I want. It's going to be 17 in here, but that's okay. And then I'm going to come in. I want to round these corners a little bit. So why don't we do like 8? We'll soften things up a bit. That fits in with this kind of circular shape that I've got going. And now I'd really love to, I don't want this to just be squares on squares and squares. It's going to feel like a checkerboard. So what can we do here to maybe differentiate this a little bit? What I might do is I'm going to come in and I'm just going to mix up some of these shapes. And let's see, I'll do another one here. I'm going to give that 16. And we'll make that one, let's make that one super long. I'm going to come down, do another one. And I'm just going to create some small images here just so we get to see what that looks like. And so really quickly now you guys have seen how I can set this up, how this works really well. And I'm going to do one more graphic just to finish this pattern. All right, so here's the thing. You guys saw how that took a minute. I had to create all of these. Well, I want this to be realistic. I want this to have a really long scroll. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this down. And I'm going to come down here, I'm going to grab all of these items, and I'm going to click on repeat grid. And from there, I get to now repeat that pattern. And so obviously the more you create, the more randomized this pattern will feel. But really quickly, I can go down, I can go side to side, and I can create as many of these things as I want. So this is a really, really great tool to be able to come in and quickly space out those items as I want. And so let's call it a day like here. All right, so I've got my repeat grid. I'm going to dupe this board. And now let's add a couple more things. So at the top here, I want to get some text so we know, kind of what we're going to showcase or who the client is. So we'll come over here and let's just type in client. Let's make that white so we can see it. Bring that down to say 24. Let's use something, we'll go with Proxima Nova, one of my favorite go-to fonts. Center that up. All right, and then we'll do one more over here. Let's say project. All right, and then we'll come down. Let's actually bring these down in size. 16. Actually, let's go 14 bold, which will still pass accessibility. And then down here, we can make these a little bit bigger. And I don't know, what kind of thing do you guys want to do today? Do we want to do maybe something with photo or video? Do we want to do interior design? Let me know in the chat. Let me catch up with everybody for a minute. We'll kind of do a project based around that. And Lauren, thanks for tuning in. I'm glad hopefully we'll get you some of the basics here of XD and can help you out with that. Stone, great to see you. Dennis from Kenya, thanks for tuning in. We've got Stone from Dubuque, hopefully I'm saying that correctly. I know Tim's over in Germany, that's fantastic. All right, so let's just say client, let's do video awesome. We'll do something around video today. Let's bring this down a little bit. And project, let's do like a surf project. Let's do maybe skateboarding. That'll give us a little more variety. All right, so we've got this now. I want to add a little bit more filtering. Good to see you, Pavel. You know what? Let's do something for Pavel. I know he loves motorcycles, so let's do motorcycles. And we are going to do Pavel P. All right, So next I want to add some filtering here. I'm just going to hit R and use my rectangle tool. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to create some pills. So I want to round these fully, so I'm going to do 100. Just soften those up again. And I'm going to come in here. Let's bring the height down to like 24. We can keep this kind of clean. All right, so we'll add some text in here, and I'm going to say all. And we can just match that to the background there. We'll bring that down to 14 bold. And the reason I'm doing 14 bold, if you guys want, go check out web accessibility standards. And 14 bold is going to be the smallest type that we can use with a color contrast of 4.5 or higher that passes accessibility. And that's really important for people with color blindness or visual impairments. And so that's the why behind what we're doing there. All right, and then we'll do liked, and we'll do one more of these for disliked. And you know what? As I'm doing this, I'm realizing I'm doing it wrong because we should be using repeat grid for that. So let's group these items. I'm going to click on repeat grid. And now, boom, I've got 3 of those. And I want to space these out a little bit more. So there we go. Actually, I'm going to bring them in. I'm going to center this up afterwards. So let's do like 16. And then we'll just center that whole thing up. So perfect. Again, power of repeat grid. So we'll say liked, and then disliked. Cool. And I'll go in later and maybe adjust these to be a little bit bigger or something, but you guys get where that's going. All right. So now we said we know that Pavel likes motorcycles. I'm actually going to ungroup this real quick because I want to switch these two out to be borders rather than fills. I think that's going to look better. Let's give that a little bit. Yeah, let's stick with 1. And I'll come in and we'll make that text. So that way we know there's a clear action state that we're selected on all right now, and we could tap on liked and disliked later if we wanted. So let's come in here and we'll space these items out a little bit more. It's my own OCD here. Okay, so now we've got this set up. I'm going to duplicate this one more time. And now that I've got this set up the way that I want, I'm actually going to need to ungroup this because we're going to work with some plugins. So just as we did yesterday, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to select all of these different items. And I'm going to go to my plugins. I'm going to go to Photo Splash. Let's make this a little bit bigger. I can skip all these, and I'm going to type motorcycle. And boom, I've got a ton of different motorcycles. It's actually even picking 18 of them for me. So that's great. And if I wanted to, I could like deselect one and select a different one. But for now, we're just going to say that's great. We're going to go and click yes. And ooh, that looks great with that dark background. So let's just say I am catering to Pavel and helping him find like the perfect motorcycle. So let's say that that's the project here. I'm going to come in and we can take a look at this now, and I want to find out which motorcycles does he like or does he not like. So what I want to do here is let's say this one right here. I'm just going to copy this item. I'm going to put a copy of it on top. And I'm going to duplicate this over, and I'm going to come in. I'm actually going to just delete everything out of here, and I'm going to do an overlay screen. So I'm going to snap this back up to 812. All right. So what I want to do now is I want to have this come up here, and I want to give him the ability to say, I like it or I don't like it. And that way we can filter those things accordingly. So what I want to do now is I'm gonna do a couple of things here. Let's do this image, and I want to put it on a background. Okay, so I'm going to grab this. I'm going to put this on this next screen. Then I want to actually let's do this first image. I really like that one. And that actually looks like the camp I was at last week. Super cool. Okay, so we've got this. I'm going to duplicate that over. I'm going to bring that here. And what I'm also going to do is I'm just going to put a background on this. So let's remove the fill of this screen. But I'm going to have this maybe be, let's stay with white. I think that's fine. Let's move this on top of it. Oops. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I want to have an overlay that then showcases this image. I'm going to blow this up in size. So maybe we can pull this up to here. I want to remove that. And then I'm just going to put something in here. We'll make it really simple just for the sake of the stream. And we're going to say, I like it or I don't like it. So let's do, you know what, for the purposes of this, we're going to go red light, green light, just so you guys get the total gist of it. So I've got this. We're just going to type, I like it. Make that quite a bit bigger. Oh no, that's killing me inside a little bit. We're going to make this look a little bit cleaner. Let's do two items here. I like it. We'll do one over here. I like it. All right. So we'll expand these out a little bit. And I'm working quick, so forgive me that it's not totally dialed in. It's killing me a little bit on the inside. All right, so we'll just quickly, let's make this look a little bit better. And let's give this like a gray. Cool. So really simple. And you know what? Let's bring this in a little bit again because I want to do that overlay effect. So let's grab these items, group that all together. We'll put that right in the middle. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to bring the opacity down on this. Let's just try like 24 for now, and we'll see what that looks like. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. So what I want to do next is in my prototype mode, I'm going to click on this screen here. I'm going to go with tap. For my transition, I'm going to go with overlay, and it's going to overlay that right on top. And again, I like to slow down my transitions a little bit, so that'll be fine. And let's just say when we like it, we're going to do another screen here, and we are going to do this. Oops. So we're just going to reverse this out. And it's then going to take us to this screen. And we're going to delete out all those other items and just show what that transition now looks like. So go back to prototype. I click on I like it. We'll go there. We don't want to do an overlay. We're going to do, let's do auto animate. All right. So let's take a look at what that looks like now. So I come over here. I've got my screen. I can scroll down, see all my awesome images. That's all fantastic. I'm going to click on this. It's going to transition over. That overlay is not heavy enough. So you know what? I'm going to come in here to design, and let's just bump that up. Let's go up to like 70 for now. All right. Just ungroup these in case. All right, we'll play that one more time. So we've got that transition. That overlay still needs to be a little bit stronger. I'm going to tweak that some more, but I click I like it, and it's going to take me back into this screen. And so quickly now we're able to utilize Repeat Grid. We built out a whole massive screen with a bunch of images, and we're able to start focusing these accordingly. So what's really great about this now is that my client can come in here. Pavel can go through all these different motorcycles that I think he would really like to buy. We're going to sort this by liked and disliked, and you learn a lot by finding out what people don't like as well. So I'm going to find out type of bikes he doesn't like, type of bikes he likes, and we're going to help find him the perfect bike. So I encourage you guys to go through this exercise, build out stuff around like your passions, your hobbies, maybe things your friends like, and build out an application like this and see what it would look like to create this mood board, curate it, and submit it to find the perfect item, whether it be for your room, to decorate, or for something like this and buying a motorcycle. All right, up next, let's take a look at some of your guys' projects from the last couple days. There's a few that I want to make sure we get through over the next 4 to 5 minutes and take a look at. So we've got this one from day 2. And I think this is a really good start for stuff. Some of the items I was going to say is just have a little consistency with like the type. So you see how you are starting off, everything's being a capital letter, but the U here, or the Y and the U is lowercase, the L and the R are lowercase. Just keep that consistent. The other thing that you can do is just say popular, nearby, so now it doesn't drop to 2 lines. Local restaurants, you could just say food or restaurants. And come down here, let's see, we can browse around a little bit. I can click on the chef's burger. That should take me somewhere. Okay, that should take me here. I get to see, maybe this is confusing. Chef's burger, I would have thought is an item, not a location. But I come down here. I mess around a little bit with the hierarchy and visual styles of the typography to make things separate out a little bit. But this is a great start, and I clearly get where you're going with it. I appreciate that you used real text. Maybe just differentiate the prices a little bit. But this is a great start to this application. And Huxel XD is not strictly prototyping, but there's a lot of great power that you can utilize within prototyping and animation. So that's one of my favorite features about it. So let's see. This is one I wanted to showcase you guys because I think this is like the gold standard for how to showcase your work and your application process. What I love about this is we've set it up. It's already intriguing and interesting. I'm kind of getting teased by what's going to come. But it shows me like the thought process and breakdown of this project. So with this, I clearly get to see like the colors, the typography choices. I get to see the typography. It's almost its own little style guide here. And this does take extra time, but when you guys are applying for, say, a job or looking to get freelance work, it's stuff like this that's going to make you stand above the rest of the competition, and I think is really fantastic. So awesome job here on this project. But I get to come down, I get to see all the UI components starting from that design system. We did this on day 1 or 2. And now I get to start seeing how these are applied. So how the playhead gets brought into the card, how the typography is applied. And my only feedback here would be I'd love to see real copy, because this project's really well put together. And if I saw real copy or even just made up, not lorem ipsum copy, I wouldn't know that this wasn't just a one-off case study. So really, really nice job here. I think you did a great job throughout this project. I would just kind of button that up a little bit. And I love that you also did this for Android, I think, as well as maybe some iPhone screens up above. Really, really nice job. This one I wanted to showcase because we talked about auto animate yesterday, and I was blown away at this project. So this is kind of like a sonar radar detection for objects in an area. And so we do this and it pulls up, it's working on a timer. So this thing is literally just rotating across. And as we go, we're also uncovering and fading in and fading out the different items. And this is just wild. It's absolutely fantastic. And then it stops, it's going to show me results, it's syncing here, it's finished, and we start over. This is brilliant. I'm trying to even reverse engineer in my head exactly how you did some of these things, and it's a great project. All right, I think we've got time for maybe 1 or 2 more. So let's jump into this one. So this here is for, I think, day 2 or 3. We did the lighting, or actually we did this yesterday with auto animate. So I click into living room. This is really cool. I get to see the light that comes down. I turn it on and now it animates. I get a bunch of stuff. Oh, this is even really cool. I can click and drag this and you see how that expands like the flood of light. Really, really cool. I don't feel like I can really do much with this schedule, so I'd love to see that feel more like an input field or something, but I love that you are thinking about how we can push this further. So I don't just want to turn my lights on and off, but how do I really automate my home? How do I add a scheduling activity of when I want these lights turned on and off? This is the kind of stuff I love seeing people do because it means that you're really thinking about the problem and not just designing and executing the task at hand. So really fantastic job on this. This is super exciting to see you guys do. And then I think we've got time for one more. I'm going to squeeze this in. This project is really great. I love that I get to see like the activity finder. So what are the things that I could do? I can search here. I would just quickly swap out, use the Photo Splash plugin to grab some more items here. But let's hide that back down. I can click in. I get to see the location. I can add that to my schedule and even set a date. Again, thinking outside the box. How do you guys push this to the next level? Stuff like this is just really, really fantastic. So I think that's going to wrap us up for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really excited. We'll be back next week with a whole nother set of 5 more challenges. All of next week will be daily challenges. They're all unique and different. The week after, we're going to be doing a progressive challenge. It's going to be the same project throughout the whole week. So make sure you stay tuned and stay up for the next episode coming up. They're going to be doing some more stuff in XD. Talk to you guys soon.